What is good, guys? Welcome to my channel. So in today's video we are doing a recap on the Molly-Mae Behind It All documentary. So it was a little bit overwhelming for me. It was a little bit emotional for me. I wasn't expecting this. I was thinking we are gonna get like a whole documentary of like how Molly-Mae became Molly-Mae, although we know, but I just want to see it on the screens. So it was definitely her just documenting her life right now, and then just talking about the breakup. It was given therapy session. She was just in the video watching clips of their times together and reflecting on it. It was a little bit too much about the relationship for me. It gave us like a little subheading of the reason why this documentary came to life. So technically it was supposed to be a documentary about their wedding, just like preparation to their wedding. But the breakup happened and the whole world turned upside down. But anyway, they decided to change up the contract and just document Molly-Mae, on her own, just documenting how she's gonna move forward alone. That was basically what it was about. So episode 1, she reflects on how difficult dealing with this breakup is, and girl had to watch, like had to watch clips of their time in Love Island, and she was reflecting on it. Like, it was a bit painful. Why she had to watch that? This is not a therapy session. She's talking about the public perception that people think it's a publicity stunt, this and that. Like, I understand why people are saying that, because everything happened a little bit too quick for me, because we're just like, they announced a breakup and next thing she's like a few weeks after it's a brand launch. It's like and then we're hearing about the documentary as well. Everything is a bit coincidental for me. And then just 2 days before the Molly-Mae documentary, Tommy decided to actually say the truth of why they broke up. But she was being accused of cheating for like months. It's like, why don't you guys speak up? But then I get it. Like, if you're doing a documentary, if you kind of say the reason why you broke up, then what's the point of watching a documentary? Because 50% of the show, 50% of the documentary was about the breakup. Yeah. So I get why I didn't address it, but everything is looking confidential for me. So then she talked about motherhood and the career. She's a young girl. She's a young babe. It's hard. It's a struggle. But obviously she loves her child. Like, obviously she loves being a mother, but it's a struggle to kind of mingle everything together. So like, what do we all do all this? I'm just like, can we just get to the point of why they broke up? So, but they got straight into it. So we see her, talking to her mother, and her mother's very supportive of like the relationship. She wanted to get back together. So Molly just said, the drinking. So man is going to alcoholism. He has with his fights, some injuries, and then he's using alcohol to kind of deal with depression, I suppose. And it's a bit too much for Molly, because she's seen that situation before with her mother when she was going through a divorce as well. So she's like, I don't want anyone that I'm gonna be with to be drinking alcohol, because we can even tell, like, when she was in Love Island, she asked Tommy, like, do you drink?
Are you a drinker?
Not really.
No, neither am I.
She said like Tommy's not really a drinker, but it's getting to a point where he's doing too much with it, and it's not healthy for the relationship. And she also mentioned that when it was her sister's wedding, she had to beg Tommy to not drink. So it was getting too much. It's too much for Molly. She's not into it. That was it. Like, episode 1, we already got the answer we need, but we continue watching it anyway. Because like, we gotta see the brand, and we gotta see like, are they gonna get back together? Like, what is this? Because obviously we saw like the clips of New Year's Eve or the New Year's party. Like, they were getting a little bit, so like, let's continue watching it. Are they gonna get back together? Yeah, that's the reason why we proceeded, because we kind of got the answer that we need. The sister is not into it. She's not into the relationship. Like, at least do you want your sister to be a single mother? Yeah, she don't want him to get back together. You can see it through the screens. She basically says that since Molly broke up with Tommy, like, she's been so much happier. She's more easier to deal with. But I don't see that through the screens. Molly she's going through it. She's stressed. But the sister, like, she's happy. Like, she don't need Tommy. So Zoe, which is the name of her sister, she basically said that both her and Tommy, they kind of have like a turbulent kind of relationship. They don't get along with each other. But she does acknowledge that he's a good father, but he's not a reliable partner. Period. And she stands on it through the whole 3 episodes. So like, why are they doing this? Why is Amazon doing this to Molly? So she also had to watch the engagement video, and she reviews that around our engagement time. That's when it kind of started having problems. Yeah, it's not looking good. Let's get into episode 2. The business. So she's gonna have a pop-up shop before she actually launches the brand, the sale of the brand online. What makes me laugh is that a lot of the time in the documentary says maybe. So I'm always thinking about her brand. It's basically said that this brand she's been working on it for 3 years. So like I would like some footages of the 3 years that she's been working on it. Like I would like some details on the footages on this 3 years that she's been talking about. And she also said like Tommy was also involved in like supporting and everything. I want the visuals. All she was giving us was the Instagram pictures of like the blazes and everything, but because with those visuals I'm able to verify that you actually plan to launch around this time. I don't think she planned it. It was a business move to launch around this time because breakup publicity is still good publicity for the brand. Like, yeah, I feel like it was just like they've just launched the brand because there's a lot of talk, so why not just launch it? Because like why not just postpone it to later to work on the brand, because we could see the faults and later on like the launch, the actual blazer, the quality and everything.
I'm a huge perfectionist, and sometimes that can be a bit frustrating when it comes to posting my content. Because
every content creator can relate to that in terms of being perfectionist in terms of like your content. So I get it. So they visit their family home, and then we get like a footage of her when she was like young. And girl has been doing vlogs for decades. Like she's been doing vlogs for a long time. Like this is her destiny.
Homemade documentaries, Mum.
And obviously her family reflects on that. They knew she was gonna be a star, which is what every family would say. Her sister becomes like a millionaire, very popular. You always see when you're doing documentary, you always say, I knew she was special. So when they were saying all that, I was like, I'll say the same thing. But obviously what they said is very evident in they gave us the visuals. She was a creative director, she was a brand ambassador. She did a lot of PLT, like they only gave us like a snippet. So we had like the brand manager just talking about, Molly, like while she was not like, she still had like a few thousand followers, she was just getting like the gifts collabs from PLT. And before she went on Love Island, she already got a deal. They said it, like they saw she had it all. She had the aesthetics. The relationship with PLT is very good because obviously girl made a lot of sales. When Molly was in Love Island, everybody knew that she was there for the business. She was not there for love. That's the truth, nothing but the truth. And she admitted it as well. She's like, she went on Love Island for a business move, which is what everyone was going there for. She went for a business move, but maybe she found someone. Like, that was a bonus for her. So at the event, she's greeting her fans. She's taking pictures. Like, she was about to take pictures with everybody there. Like, it's stressful, but I understand. You don't want anyone to, like, in this day and age, people are just going to go on TikTok and say, it was such a bad experience. Mom never said hi to me. She just ignored me. She didn't want all that problem. She wanted to say hi to everybody. Like, she had a customer service voice on.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Of course you can, yeah. Nice afternoon. Hello. Of course you can. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. How are you doing? Thank you for coming.
The thing about me, like, my voice remains the same. There's no customer service voice. It's gonna be the same, but she had her high voice just saying hello to everybody, like, take it to get pictures with everyone. But the manager said, like, please don't do too much. Don't do too much. You can't say hi to everybody. You can't say hi to everybody. They were like, just keep it short. Just say hi, bye. She's like, no, like, she gotta say hi to everyone. I understand she's a very nice girl. She wants everyone to be happy. The second attempt is when the silence was so loud, because girl went outside and said hi to everyone, and it was crickets.
Hi guys. Hello everybody. Thank you so much for coming, guys. So nice to meet you all. Hope you have a really nice time in here. I'll see you soon.
that does not work. It's silence. I go out and it's silence.
But yeah, the silence was so loud. If that was me, I would. To today, I'll still be thinking about it. So when something really embarrassing happens to you, it's something you're gonna reflect on for the rest of your life. And I believe she's still reflecting on that because it was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, and it was so real as well, because after she said hi and nobody was giving the hi back, the audience was silent. I think it was probably the wrong audience. They were not her fans. I don't know who they were. Because please say hi back. So then she goes back in, and then she's like, she's never going to do that again. That, was so embarrassing.
I am never doing that again. That was awful.
Move back.
I went out and, hi everybody, so nice to meet you. I've actually just been traumatized from
I feel you. I can feel it. The embarrassment. I'm here for you. What made me laugh, she was like, that was so traumatizing. So then she became very upset as well. She's like, she just wants everyone to be happy, but Molly, you can't make everybody happy. And she started to cry as well. Like, she got a little bit emotional. So my thing is like, why is everyone standing outside for so long? Like, just open the pop-up shop and let people come in. And like, it was given last minute as well, because if you were planning to launch this pop-up and everything, if it's always because of this documentary, it was given last minute. It was given last minute to me because like everything was chaotic, everything was a mess. Just 24 hours before the event, it was stressing me out, it was stressing the girl out. But if you said you've been planning this for 3 years, you know, that means if you technically plan to do the pop-up shop this year, you'll have been planning for a long while. It should not be stressful for you. 24 hours before the event, everything should have been already done and dusted. But like they were fixing curtains, they were fixing projector was not showing very well. It was like, if the projector's not going to work, just cut the projector. It was given last minute, so it's giving like it was a business move. It was a business move to just kind of launch the brand when all this controversy is going on. It shows. It's evident in the event. It's evident at 24 hours before the event. Like, they weren't even fully prepped.
I mean, it's absolute carnage here. Like 90% not done.
The manager mentioned that she cares a lot about what people think. But I think like as a content creator, influencer, it's very hard not to care what people think, because at the end of the day, you are the brand. So next, let's discuss on episode 3. They only give us 3 episodes. I just put everything out. Like, why are we doing season 1, season 2? Why are we doing Netflix? Why are we doing like part 1, part 2? Like, just put it all out. Like, Prime, put the video out. Stop doing part 1, part 2. Like, I'm not here for these things, because you filmed this documentary like already, so just post it all.
live right now. Oh, and all the jeans have gone in every size. Every size, yeah.
So maybe. So now is the Maebe launch. Pretty cute, basic, nice corporate wear, kind of vibe. A week after the launch, the blazer became viral. Not for good. Blazer was 140 pounds. It was the gray blazer. The quality was so bad because after 2 days, you began to see bubbles. It was bubbling everywhere, like things like it wasn't good. So people were on TikTok just complaining about it, and this is a disaster. Like, you only launched the business like a week ago, and this is happening. Not looking good. So it just shows like it was a business move, but it was a business move to launch the Maebe brand now, because they didn't really do their due diligence before they launched it. It's not supposed to happen in your first week of launching your brand. This is like the worst possible thing to happen. But it's not the end of the world. She basically explained that the fabric is different from what they approved, because she has the same blazer and she's been wearing it for 1 year. And ain't no bubbling happening. But but her father advised her that, you know, she definitely needs to address it, because if she doesn't address it, it's just gonna get worse. So she gotta address these issues with her fans, with her audience. Good father. So they went for the photo shoot. Like, I totally forgot that she had another brand filter. This is a second brand. Girl, you're doing well. That was around the time like these gossip magazines were saying like, you know, she wants like $1 million for a prenup to get back together with Tommy. Like,
Where it's like a source close to Molly, a source close to Molly. But like, I don't understand where they're like pulling this source from.
and she's like, she don't know who these close sources are. Because it's all lies. There's no close source of mine that would give you all this fakery. It's probably Sun. Never believe anything that comes from the Sun magazine. Like, it's never real. So now they decide to do maybe recall, the blazer recall, which is great. Like, they get their money back. If it was me, I'm a fight for my money back. 140 on the blazer, and it started bubbling. Like, give me my money. Calls her manager. The manager is saying like, don't address it. Because if you address it, there'll be a lot of questions. And then Molly's like, you know, I know my audience, you might be seeing it from a business perspective, but I see it from my target audience perspective. So I got to address it, which is the right thing to do. I don't know what kind of business perspective advice is to do that. Like, you basically, like, even the manager admits that the supplier kind of changed the fabric midway and they didn't even seek for their approval. And then, you know, and they have a lot of financial losses. They're going to lose millions and millions of dollars, pounds. millions and millions of pounds. But Molly says she's gonna address it anyway. She's gonna put a product recall there, and everybody can get the money back. Period. Which is the right thing to do. I don't know what kind of business advice is like. Don't address it.
I'm sick of people telling me like how to do my job. Like I know how my audience works.
Now the final scene is she's at home with her sister, who this girl does not want her and Tom to get back together. Like Adam, like, girl, do you want your sister to be a single mother? She's only 25. She got so much to be doing. Anyway, so Molly just discussed her emotions with her sister. And she'll notice, like, she's very sad. Obviously, like, also, like, the brand situation, the breakup is too much. And being a single mother at the same time, it's too much for Molly. It's too much. But she's hoping, like, what's keeping her together is the hope of them getting back together. But now she doesn't know. Because Tommy is like, we're just going around the circles. There's nothing. We're not moving on. We're not moving forward. And the sister's like, what are you doing? Like, you already know you're not going to get back together. And she's like, but we are going to get back together. That's why I didn't cry over this. The sister's like, stop lying to yourself. It's not going to happen. But like, girl, can you just be nice? Can you just console your sister for 2 seconds?
All I want in this life is to be with him and to live in a nice house together and to have a nice life together.
Unfortunately, I don't.
That's all I want.
No filter. She said it, like, it's not gonna happen. Now, like, Molly has just decided, like, she doesn't think it's gonna work. The end of episode 3, she says she's gonna address it, like, she knows what to do, but she just needs to do it. So I don't know when the next one's gonna launch, part 2. When they're gonna put part 2 out, the documentary, they're like spring 2025. Like, why? Based on the clips, they're gonna address that the New Year's Eve thing. Was it real? It looked real to me. And that is a wrap for the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.